Kia ora. This one's for our parents, caregivers, whānau. We need to talk, or actually, you need to talk. To us. You tell us about road safety, stranger danger, water safety, sex, alcohol, drugs, and all that. But no one really talks about violent extremism, or radicalization, or the stuff we're seeing online that's shaping how we think. So, let's get into what it is, how it happens, and why we need you to help us make sense of it. Sometimes people develop really extreme views about things like religion, identity, or politics. Those views can become so intense that they turn into something dangerous, like violence. When someone threatens to use violence, encourages others to use violence, or actually uses violence to push their beliefs, that's called violent extremism. It's not just one type of person or group, it can come from anywhere, any race, religion, or political side. It's here in Aotearoa too, like the Christchurch mosque attacks in 2019. And it's spreading online. The internet makes it even worse. People can pick up ideas from halfway across the world. Videos, live streams, and posts spread fast. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's hidden in jokes, memes, or comment sections. You might not even notice it, but we do. Just liking that stuff is dangerous. Creating, sharing, or downloading violent extremist content is illegal.
No one wakes up and thinks, I want to be radicalized. It builds slowly. It can start when someone feels curious, isolated, misunderstood, or angry. Then they find content or people that seem to get them. And at first, it feels good, like belonging. And then it becomes echo chambers, us versus them. No room for grey areas, and eventually, violence can seem like the only answer. Sometimes it's not just content, it's people. They reach out, build trust, then start pulling someone deeper into their views. There's no one reason this happens, but a lot of things can make someone more vulnerable. Feeling alone or left out, mental health stuff, being neurodivergent, struggling at home or school, losing someone or dealing with a trauma, just wanting to belong or feeling understood. We're growing up, figuring ourselves out. Sometimes we feel angry, sometimes we're just looking for answers, and that's when this stuff can sneak in.
We're online, and we're curious. So is this stuff on social media, gaming, and messaging platforms, forums, and websites. The algorithms don't care what's good for us. If we interact with something extreme even once, we're more likely to get served more of it, until it feels normal. And that's the problem. Because if we never talk about what we're seeing, how are we supposed to understand the dangers? How can we ask for help?
We get it, these are hard conversations, but you've had hard ones with us before. So now we need you to talk to us about hate, about violence, about how people can get pulled into really dark stuff, sometimes without even realizing it. Before you begin, please check in with yourself. If this stuff makes you feel really nervous, first go talk it out with another adult. That way you won't pass any judgment or fear onto us. Please don't try to have the perfect talk. You don't need all the answers, and it's not going to be a one and done conversation. Pick your moment. Maybe when we're walking or driving together, something casual, not when we're feeling tired or rushed. Just ask questions like, so, have you seen anything weird or extreme online lately? Do you ever hear people say stuff that just doesn't sit right? What do you think about people who get pulled into hate groups? Or maybe something we're watching, something we mention, or something happening in the news could prompt you to start the conversation. It could be about citizenship. history, religion, values, freedom of expression, gender equality, that kind of stuff. Talk to us about clickbait, disinformation, misinformation, and the effects of polarizing content. Check out the short PDF guide for more tips.
If we think we're going to be judged, we won't open up. Be calm, be curious. If we say something that worries you, try asking, why do you think that? Where did you hear it? How do you think that makes others feel? Guide us through reflection. Don't shut us down. That's how we learn.
Everyone's different, but there are some warning signs. Pulling away from whānau or friends. Getting more angry or aggressive, especially towards people who disagree with them. Talking about violence like it's a solution. Liking, sharing, or creating content that supports violent extremist views. Using extremist language. Suddenly wearing symbols or logos linked to hate groups. Showing an interest in weapons. If there's imminent danger, call 111. Otherwise, call the police on 105. Report online content to the Department of Internal Affairs. You can do it anonymously. Contact Crime Stoppers. You can do that anonymously too. And help us figure out who we can talk to. You or another parent or caregiver, teacher, counsellors, school leaders. Call 0800 WhatsApp on 0800 942 8787. Call Youthline on 0800 37 66 33 or text 234. Call or text Need to Talk on 1737. If you're worried about someone in our autistic community, you can reach out to Autism New Zealand, who have some great resources to help you. They explained that autistic people are no more likely than anyone else to commit acts of violent extremism. Autism and other neurodivergence doesn't make people more vulnerable to radicalization, but it can make them vulnerable in different ways. As parents, whānau, or support networks, the best thing you can do for an autistic person in danger of being radicalized is make yourself a safe, trustworthy place to discuss ideas, even confronting or offensive ideas. Leaving the radicalization path once you're on it is hard. Having somewhere safe to come back to makes it a lot easier.
We're growing up in a world you never had to navigate. We see more, earlier, and often without context. You can't protect us from everything, but you can help us make sense of it. Talk to us, not just once, keep talking, because we're listening, even when we pretend we're not. These talks matter.